Hey guys, it's Laurie from Cook Scrub Craft, and today's video is my November to read list. I'm really proud of myself because last month I finished all of my October books, so I have no leftovers. That means I'm basically, from months past, carrying over still 3 books, which maybe I'll be able to get done still by the end of the year. Who knows? Maybe like the Thanksgiving break or the Christmas break will give me some extra time. Probably not, because I'll still be home with my kid, but that's fine. We can always dream. So this month's books are a mix of fiction, nonfiction, and memoir. So it's a nice little mix depending on how I'm feeling from week to week. Maybe I'm like, this week I'm going to read the fiction book, or I finish a fiction book and I'm like, let's go to a memoir. You know, it just kind of depends on how I'm feeling. It's also National Novel Writing Month. So this month I have 2 books that maybe will be inspiring to me on my writing journey. If anybody else is participating, let me know in the comments. I'll also have that linked below. And yeah, let's just get into it. So as I said, it's National Novel Writing Month, and I have the book No Plot, No Problem by Chris Beatty, who started National Novel Writing Month. I've done National Novel Writing Month in the past. I think I've won it twice. So basically, if you don't know, you're trying to do, I think it's 50,000 words in 30 days. So it's the whole month of November. Every day you're supposed to write. And then, you know, by the end of November, you have ideally maybe a finished novel or at least 50,000 words of a novel. And then they actually do an editing month, which I think is in March. So it gives you some time to kind of ruminate, let what you've written sort of marinate a little bit, if you will, and then you go back and you edit it. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. But this book is supposed to be, I have a completely revised and expanded version with new tips, tricks, and advice from over 15 years of National Novel Writing Month. 15 years. I can't believe it's been around that long. But actually, I probably started playing along. Probably from the beginning, because I've been living here for like 13 years, and I'm pretty sure I was doing National Novel Writing Month in college, maybe. So I'm old, and this is old. Actually, it might have even been longer, because, it was founded in 1999, so I haven't been doing it. Okay, so it started, and then like okay, so I don't feel that old, but this is old. And obviously this isn't like the newest version then, because this was actually published in, let me find out. I'm talking too long about this. This was revised in 2014. So in 2014, I guess it was 15 years. So then that would be like another, so it's like 19 years. Still old. Still old. Anyway, I'm hoping that this book helps me as I national novel write this month. I also picked up a library book, memoir, called Dime Store, A Writer's Life by Lee Smith. This was on my to-read list, and I don't know why. Maybe it was recommended in a magazine, or another writer recommended it as a book to read. I really don't know. I wish that Goodreads, when you added a book to your list, there was a section to say, like, so-and-so recommended this book to me, because so often I go back and look at what I've put on my list, and I'm just like, oh yeah, sure, I guess I'll do this one. So this was actually kind of one of those. I saw it on the list and I thought, aren't there so many other books that I would rather read first? But my library had it, so I'm gonna read it. It's a memoir from a writer. I don't even know what Lee Smith has written. Author of Guests on Earth. Didn't read that one. Let's see. The Last Day the Dog Bushes Bloomed. Nothing. The Last Girls. I don't know. Nothing in here is popping out at me. This was published in 2016. So, you know, I don't know who this person is. I don't know any of the books. But it could be good. It could be good. And it's from a writer. So National Novel Writing Month, reading something from a writer about a writer's life. So maybe there'll be some inspiration there. Ooh, look at this shiny cover. It's supposed to be a mirror. Like, I don't know. I assume it's a mirror, like that you put up in your locker, because when I saw them as Tegan and Sarah's high school, when I saw them at BookCon and got their autograph, they autographed a mirror that said high school on it. And it was like, you know, one of those mirrors that you put up in your locker. So maybe that's what this is supposed to be, or maybe it's supposed to be like, look at your reflection, reflect on yourself. I don't know. I don't know. But as you can see, I pre-ordered this book from the Strand bookstore in New York. I was kind of forced to, not gonna lie, because in order to get in the line to have your autograph, to get the autograph, not with the book. We just had to pre-order the book. You had to pre-order the book to get the autograph. So what I should have done was just pre-order it on Amazon and then pull up my order form and been like, here, because it was 50% cheaper, and I like to save money, but that's fine. I hope that this money goes directly back to Tegan and Sarah and the Strand and supports reading. It's totally fine. Anyway, this is their memoir. You can see their very serious school pictures on the back of the book. I think it's about them kind of, you know, who they were in high school, where they got their starts musically, and how they just kind of discovered who they were. I think everybody can relate to that, whether you like their music or not. But definitely, if you are a Tegan and Sarah fan, as I am, then this will be an appealing one to you. It came out last month on September 24th, so I didn't get the book until after it came out. I think I got it like the 25th. So I wasn't able to read it beforehand to give you a review, but I will still review it on the blog because this could be a good book as like a Christmas gift, a holiday gift for a music lover. So if you watched my two-part video of oldest books on my to-read list, this was one of them. I put this on my list in 2010. It's called Unfriendly Fire, How the Gay Ban Undermines the Military and Weakens America by Nathaniel Frank. As I said in that video, I'm sure a lot has changed since this book was first published, even since 2010 when I first put it on my list. But I still want to read it because I still think it's an important topic. And I would like to know, or I would like to get a better idea of where we were contrasted to where we are today. So I don't even know, maybe Nathaniel Frank has some type of updated thing. I'm gonna have to see if there's maybe like a blog or a website where he writes some updates about maybe this book and developments in what he's in this Gays in the Military. I don't know. I'll have to find out, but I definitely, I'm still intrigued about reading this book. He's actually, he's a senior research fellow, and he has had his publications on this topic and others in a variety of newspapers. So I'm sure this is going to be very well researched. So a while ago, I did a video about books that I wanted to reread, and this was one of them, Women Are Scary by Melanie Dale, the subtitle, The Totally Awkward Adventure of Finding Mom Friends. I feel like I'm definitely ready to read this book again and ready to put some of the action points into action. I have a couple pages dog-eared, so I'll have to try to remember why I dog-ear them. I didn't underline anything. And now that I'm doing my book journaling, I can add this to the book journal and write down all the important passages that I wanted to write down. Whereas the first time I read this, I had gotten out of my book journaling. And so I didn't have a place to put my thoughts or whatever about the book except in the review. But obviously I wasn't going to give you like a bunch of quotes in the review. So I'll reread this book and I'm glad that I'm going to be able to put it in my book journal as well as all the insight that Melanie Dale has to offer. And if you're not following her on Instagram or other social media channels, she's really funny. And she did a video for MOPS. So if you're in MOPS, I don't know if you're able to search for that video without being a member, but it was a really good video. We watched it last year and I was really excited because I was like, oh my gosh, I know who Melanie Dale is. I read one of her books. And I'm sure everyone else was like, you're so weird, shut up. And that's why I don't have friends. This was a book that I got at Book Expo a couple years ago. I think it came out in 2015. Yeah, it came out in August 2015. So that was like 3 Book Expos ago, which is really sad. And I've never read it until now. I'm going to read it. I guess maybe I was saving it thinking I'll read it once I'm a parent. And now that I am a parent, like I'm going to read a parenting book. I have read several other books before about parenting. I should do a video about like my favorite parenting books because I think I still have most of them. I was saving them in case someday I had a child. Have I gone back to reread them? No. But this book is The Intuitive Parent, Why the Best Thing for Your Child is You. My mom used to work for the Parents as Teachers program, and that's a program that empowers parents to be their child's first teacher. So I have a feeling, just given this subtitle, this is a book that my mom probably would support. I haven't read any of the content inside of it just yet, but I have a feeling that it's going to be empowering for parents and helping parents kind of understand what their kids need. It says that we're constantly exposed to dubious pseudoscientific claims and fads that create needless anxiety and stress. And that's totally true. You see it all the time, even in Facebook mom groups. Somebody's posting about this and everyone's like, should I be doing this? I don't know. But really, this is just talking about helping you not focus so much on your child's developmental milestones, because those can be misleading. Every child develops at a different rate in his or her own way, but just helping you help your child grow up healthy. That's pretty much it. So I'm excited to see, even though I have a 3.5-year-old and I'm not starting with this book from the baby years and on, I'm starting 3+ years on. I still think this is going to be very helpful, especially once we get into the adolescent years. I'm not sure what to expect from that. Everybody's like, having girls is so hard. Teenagers are the worst. And I'm like, my parents had it really easy with me. So I know for a fact that the teenage years don't have to be hard. And maybe that's just, I don't know if that's parenting or if that's like your child's personality, but maybe no matter what it is, maybe this book can at least give some insight. So I'll do a review of this one once I'm done. I also picked up at the library Sweet Bitter by Stephanie Danler. This is a novel about 20-something who comes to New York. She works in the front of the restaurant, so I guess she's a waitress. I've never worked in a restaurant, so I don't know what all the lingo is, but she's in the food industry, and it's just about her, being young, being in New York, and all of what that entails. I think there were like drugs and stuff, which I don't know. I came to New York in my 20s, and I didn't do any of that, so which is probably why no one's written a book about me, but you totally should. Anyway, so this was actually made into a TV series. I don't remember what channel it was on, or if it was, I think it might have been an online thing. Maybe it was an HBO thing. But I tried to get this book read for one of my book clubs way back in the day, and it wasn't picked. So now I'm going to read it just for me. And the last book is also a library book. This is Taste and See by Margaret Feinberg. It's Discovering God in Bakers. They covered up the subtitle. Bakers, other types of food people. So basically it's like a combination spiritual journey and also cookbook. There are recipes inside the book, delicious recipes. So I love books like this. I love Margaret Feinberg. I read one of her books, The Organic God, many, many years ago and wrote a review of that on the blog. And I've tried to keep up with some of the books that she's read. I haven't read all of her stuff. I should really just go out and buy all of her books because I think they're really amazing. They're also hard to find at my library system. So I was really excited that this one was in my library. And I had to put a hold on it. It was at a different library, but it was in my system and I was really, really excited. So I'm really looking forward to this one and seeing what kind of recipes are in the book and just kind of getting more insight from Margaret herself. All right, that's 8 books for the month of November, which I think is less than I had last month, so I know I can totally get all of these books read, especially because I'll be doing National Novel Writing Month as the month goes on. So I'll be doing that one as well as another one at the same time. So basically that's like 1 book and then 7. So yeah, which you're like, that's 8. Anyway, I don't know what I was trying to say there with that. But what books are you guys reading this month? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to find out more about these books that I'm reading, check out the social media links and the blog link below. And of course, give this video a thumbs up, like, and subscribe because you never want to miss out on another book to read list or random book video or a scrapbook video. Let's get creative and read some books this month, you guys. Bye. Happy reading.